You see, I look a bit rough today, so bear with me. So today I was doing letting go work. And letting go work is basically, there's some stuff, right? There are some emotional blockage that you have, everybody have. It's called the barrier of success. And our barriers, they are barriers that putting in place in order to help you not fuck your life over, not suffer from the consequences of success. Think about it in the old days. If you are king, right, you're in the higher upper echelon of the world. You know what I mean? You all gonna have the best stuff, the best food, the best health, medical, the best technology, the best intel, know about the whole world. You also got the best concubines. You can choose for 3,000 concubines. You can kill whenever you want. You can get all your friends to your side to become wherever position you put them in. And that is the beauty of being the king, right? Because there's only one king. And there's only a few people that will go on the top. And also when you go on the top, people start to tear you down. They want to. They will plot to tear you down. They might actually try to become your friend in order to tear you down. So that's the problem, right? You see, your body understand that. Your body understand that, and in order for, unless you are so used to that, unless your father is a king, unless you're brought up that hey, you are the king, that you are supposed to deserve and fight, and have shown by parents that you are supposed to be successful. You're supposed to inherit kingdom. You're supposed to conquer the world. You're supposed to conquer your neighbor tribe, your neighbor Khan, let's say a Genghis Khan. You're supposed to pilgrimage, I think that's the word, pilgrimage villages, okay, in order to get whatever you want, steal, loot, the wealth and stuff like that. Most people don't have that because there only could be a few leaders. The resources are infinite, especially in the old days, and now it's probably way more. But we still develop that instinct to take over, to gain as much resource as possible without doing as much work. We try to get the lowest input with the highest output. We try to do the least and get the most. That is what our instinct tell us to do, because in the old days we don't have that much energy. And if you don't have this mindset and don't have this instinct, rather, then you're just going to die, because you're going to exert too much energy just to get some rabbit meat. And by the time you come home, your neighbor tribe is there. And what are you going to do? You try to fight when you're tired. So the barrier of success, right? There are infamous examples of this. Celebrities often have this, especially celebrity that wasn't brought up by other celebrities. They don't have the right guidance of how to manage that. And that's the problem, you see. And that's what I realized. Barrier success is helping you. Because yesterday I watched a video, I don't know what is it, my friend Bruno showed me a video, and it talks about how every negative behavior has a yin and yang, has a positive intention behind it. Let's say the example he uses is the procrastination. You say, oh, it's bad, procrastination. Why do I procrastinate? But when we procrastinate, sometimes, oh, why are you being lazy? Because you want to conserve energy. You don't want to be wrong. You don't want to spend time 5 hours doing the work. Just imagine if you spend 5 hours doing the work on like a document, you're writing an essay or whatever in the document, or you're creating some great ideas, you're writing a great post, and 5 hours later into it, you haven't saved it, and then it just breaks down your computer. How do you feel? How would you feel? It's the exact same thing. It's a mechanism that everybody has. That's why everybody watching this video is going to relate to me about losing that fire, losing that 5 hours of work, that hard work, hustle, the energy I put in. Imagine I spend so much time trying to hunt food and I don't have food by the end of the night. I spent 12 hours going out hunting food but don't have food. The next day, the chances of you getting the food, successfully hunting the food is going to be lower. Only just because you're more tired, you see. Unless you push yourself. And that's the beautiful thing. And the same as modern knowledge and stuff like that, you see. And that's what I realized. That's why we crave for comfort. And this is what I was talking about. It's the craving for comfort, you see. So craving for comfort, I termed it, well, it's really not really, I don't really term it, but I just shorten it and I say that's CFC. And that's the concept I was introducing to myself in order to improve my own life. So that's why I want to share with you guys, because it's helping me really well. It's just the concept of telling myself that, hey, you have to resist the CFC. And in order to resist it, I need to not identify it. And I also have the idea of IC, inconvenience. It's some work that you know that you need to do that is going to plow through. It's make you going to advance way more on your goals than other activities. There are 80-20 activities, right, where the activity that the 20% of the activity is going to contribute to the 80% of the output that you are going to get, whatever that is at the moment. Whatever your goal is, doesn't matter. Is making a certain amount of money. For me, which is 10K a month at the moment, it wasn't even, to be honest, it was like get to my client to 2K a month, US dollar. That is actually my goal right now. I want to share with you. So in the future, when I make millions, or potentially making millions, billions, I can look back and really, or I can show you guys that, hey, remember, you think of me as this guy. That's a nice video. You know, when he started, his goal, I like Michael, you can look at me, see me. It's visual representation of me this guy is trying to make 2K. I don't know when you, my audience, you, my friend, you're watching me right now, whatever your perspective on me is, I'm probably not that guy if you don't watch this video. I wasn't that guy, I would say, because everybody changes, we morph and changes, self-F changes every 7 years, you see. So the CFC and the ICs. And I realize sometimes we try to hate on ourselves. We try to hate on ourselves because we feel like we shouldn't be doing that stuff. We shouldn't be feeling like we want comfort. Like, why do we want success? Why do I not want to work? Why do I feel like that when I want to work? Why does my body resist me? Why does my body not trying to work, not trying to help me achieve my goals, and feel like your body is betraying you? For that, I say, come on, imagine this, right? You have to really, that's how I imagine. When I was young, okay, I'll tell you a little thing about myself. I was really close with my great-grandmother, my dad's grandmother. Yes. And can you imagine what kind of mindset they have compared to the current us, or You maybe your one, maybe my generation versus you, and my generation versus you. Don't know what generation you're in, but let's say we're not the same generation. Now imagine 3 generations before, what kind of mindset and what kind of thoughts they have that's compared to us that's a bit different in terms of how to make money, you see, in terms of expressing yourself. So you need to trust CFC, the cravings for comfort, as if it's your great grandmother that's really old. So they will have certain belief system that maybe is not fit for you. And sometimes you might not like it. But at the same time, you truly love your great grandmother. I truly love my great grandmother. So I'm not going to hate her. Why would I hate her? I don't hate her. No way I don't hate her. So really, it's like I will listen to it. I don't want to, you see, you don't want to resist it in terms of you don't want to resist it, so to speak, you see. You don't want to hate on it. You won't hate, oh no, I hate your great grandmother, would you? Why would you try to hate your great grandmother, you see? So that's my theory. You have to love your CFC. You have to love your craving for comfort. You're not accepting it. You're not identified with it. But it's like great grandmother. You're going to do what you are going to do. Like let's say, as a man, you are going to conquer neighbor tribes. Even though the great grandmother might not like it because the great grandmother comes from where she's just trying to feel a little bit comfort, to get a little bit of resources. And then when they have 3 meals a day, they are satisfied, right? But you, my ambitious fellow, my friend, might want to be the best in the world at whatever it is. So, yeah. So I wrote down this. I said, let me take care of you, CFC. I know you're only here to protect me. I truly love you for that. But trust me, I'm going to come back with your favorite meal. Because sometimes your great grandmother is thinking about reserve. Your great grandmother, you see, is thinking about how to keep the family alive. While you are trying to keep the family alive and expanding your territory, your ambition, your inner state, your inner conqueror. Maybe when you focus on your inner conqueror, baby, you better know how to compete. You better know how to win. Because sometimes in your mind, you will feel like one defeat could potentially ruin your life. Imagine like a war. And that is what it is, you know. So you are going to have to, not reason, but accept it and truly love it. So give it attention by accepting it, by breathing into it, by focusing on it, by not resisting it. Because you won't resist, you won't hate your grandmother. How would you feel if you hate your grandmother? How would you think your great grandmother would feel if you just disown her? No, she'll just keep coming back because there's a force of energy from your great grandmother. A great grandmother want to be there, want to stay alive. You're not trying to kill it because there's no way you don't want to kill it. It's like a great grandmother that will be alive for the rest of your life, and I really like that. Even though she passed away But just imagine that CFC is your great grandmother. The craving for comfort is your great grandmother or grandmother or grandpa. So you have to love it. You have to know that your great grandmother is trying to protect you from harm because your great grandmother see you as a kid. Your great grandmother, your grandmother, your granddad saw you as a kid, and now you are growing up. But at the end of the day, they are going to treat you like a kid. They don't want you to get hurt. They want to protect you. But you're gonna understand that, hey, if you have the ambition to do whatever you need to do, whatever you want to do, you see, they'll be resistant. They would, if they don't love you, they won't tell you. But if they love you, they will try to tell you what they think is best for them. They'll follow their emotion and tell you that. But you say that I truly love you, great grandmother. I trust you. I love you. I loved you. You try to protect me. I love you for that. But trust me, I'm gonna bring you your favorite meal so you don't have to be reserved and eat berries. You can, I will pick up your favorite meal. Okay, I will have people work for us. Okay, so love your CFC as if it is your great grandmother.